Welcome back to the Generation Gap podcast. I'm Dave. This is my son, Toby, and we're here to have a good time. Talk about stuff, comics, mostly superheroes and Star Wars genre.
One Last Kill themed this episode with the new One Last Kill special from Punisher that came out.
And
will be a huge base point.
Darth Maul.
And Darth Maul, just because
you finally got to it.
I finally finished it.
Yep.
That's the main reason that we're bringing it up once again. And it's May, so nothing wrong with bringing Star Wars in every time.
And you know what? It relates to some of our other content and questions, and we're like, hey, we can add to that. Mm-hmm. Now it makes a little more sense, or does it? So we had lots of comments about one of our other shorts, and so we're going to engage.
Mm-hmm. But so next you have a Darth Maul discussion you want to bring up?
Yes. First, you finally got to it. What did you think? How did you feel about it? You're kind of newer to getting really into Star Wars beyond the prequels. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I was so super pleasantly surprised with the show because usually, I tried watching Clone Wars a while ago, and it just felt like such a daunting task to go into a Star Wars show instead of a movie. And it just felt like a really large commitment. And when I started it, I thought it was very similar to the Clone Wars introduction. It felt like slow for me, even though they started off in action. And it was hard for me to keep my attention on it because it's been a while since I've started a show of anything besides Modern Family. And
yes.
So I decided to download it on my phone and just watch them all as fast as I could, and I got absolutely hooked into it, and it was amazingly entertaining, and Darth Maul is just somehow becomes your most favorite character ever. Everything he says just seems to make sense. Which also kind of leads me to my point that I have is, I think it was last episode that we said what our lightsaber colors would be.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you say yours was going to be? Green?
I think so.
And I said mine was blue. I'm still okay with saying mine could be blue.
Okay.
But after watching them all, I kind of feel like mine could be red as well.
Okay.
Because almost everything Maul is doing, and how he can be himself and still 100% be the red lightsaber character that he is, it's that still feels like a character that I would be. Know, because the only difference from the red and blue lightsaber, it isn't actually them being a Jedi or a Sith. It's them being about power or justice. Or it's more revenge than justice a little bit. So it feels like the border in between those two, I could probably slip towards the red a little bit more.
Interesting.
Just because of just the way they portrayed it with Darth Maul.
Actually, you know what?
Portrayed it.
I see your point, and the reason I say that is because I feel like, and I haven't really heard anyone else say this before, but Maul feels just like Ahsoka, except on the other side of the Force. So Ahsoka gets disillusioned by the Jedi because they accuse her of something and they cast her out or whatever. She won't go back even when invited back, and so she gets the white lightsaber because she's kind of neutral. Mm-hmm. But she's neutral on the good side. Maul, totally disillusioned by the dark side, and Darth Sidious replacing him and all the stuff. And now he's on the other side, not totally neutral, but also, not subscribing to the typical of the dark side. So I love that angle on it. The deep dive into the psyche of these villains is seeming to be a common thing, which we're going to get to too with Punisher. But I liked him. He's all of a sudden jumps in to help save. I just lost her name. Devin from the guys hunting the Jedi. Inquisitors. Yeah, was super awesome, and all of a sudden
it just felt so good.
It did, and all of a sudden you're like, he is amazing, and you want Devin to jump on board with Maul.
Well, the reason that I feel like I could be red, just one more thing to add on to that, so much is because if the only difference from being a blue lightsaber to a red lightsaber that was showed in the Darth Maul show would be giving into allowing rage to give you more power, because
Right.
that was the only difference. When Devin was like on the line between it, it was like if you give into what Maul is saying, which is like go to your full potential of power, and the only way to have your full potential of power without being Yoda is to do that, then I feel like it doesn't seem like a completely evil thing to allow yourself to be gaining power from rage.
Well, you kind of sound like you're talking about the Incredible Hulk almost. So he's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Anyways, okay, fair. And then, wanted to readdress. So we talked about Maul versus Vader. Okay, and everybody's like, well, all sorts of comments online, but who after that, after now seeing the battle between Maul and Vader, what do you think about that battle? How do you feel about who would win?
We saw it. We saw Darth Maul get absolutely overpowered.
Okay,
It's exactly what I thought was going to happen before even watching the show. So,
here's my challenge that I didn't like very much. Okay, first of all, Maul goes in there already injured. He hasn't even fixed his leg from fighting. He's already been chopped up. He's limping around.
You don't think Darth Vader's injured?
No.
He can't move properly. Half
All
his
of
body is a
all
robot.
of his mechanics are currently working as compared to Maul's already mangled legs from earlier in the episode. Also, Maul had no context, didn't know who that was. It caught him totally off guard. He wasn't prepared. He's already
He
in
had
the midst.
plenty of opportunities to regather himself. And
He's
walk
like,
in.
"Who are you?" Like he had no context for it yet. So I feel like they're kind of glazing Vader. He's just like all powerful, doesn't even need to move. And I've heard, the foresight thing where they can see what's happening. And I think it was the voice of Darth Maul. I saw a
voice
clip with him.
actor.
Was trying to suggest that Vader can do that, but no one else can, which makes no sense to me because, in my understanding, maybe you can see farther ahead. But that's the whole point of them being able to stop blaster bolts. They see
Yeah.
it coming. It's not just instinct. And so I might be wrong. However, we don't see elements of that from Maul. He's reacting in the moment. Doesn't seem to be a lot of foresight, so that's fair. But I did find funny, though. Now, you still haven't seen the Obi-Wan Vader fight in the Obi-Wan series, right?
I've seen it on like YouTube, I think.
My favorite thing about this episode is that it kind of modeled that one, and it seems like Darth Vader's kryptonite is falling rocks. Falling rocks. You just throw a bunch of rocks all at once at Vader, and he can't beat you. That, I think, is amusing. Also,
Well, yeah, because how you're supposed to, I think that's a weakness for every Force user.
and yet he can't battle it, and he doesn't do it to others. It's a little bit funny. And then in the Obi-Wan fight, he's just obviously filled with rage and self-hatred and all the stuff. But in the Obi-Wan fight, it's directed toward Obi-Wan. So that's the secondary weakness, is obviously the emotional draw back into his humanness. He just doesn't care apart from that. He's just kind of unstoppable, it looks like. But I don't know. They're obviously not going to do a Darth Vader series because they would have to dive deep into stuff. We already know who Anakin is. That's just as far as they're going to take it with Vader. But I still feel like it's a bit glazed. He seems too overpowered, especially in that episode, and especially when you contrast it with Obi-Wan. Either that or Obi-Wan's way more powerful than we ever thought, which is also a thing.
Well, yeah, Obi-Wan has. Who won that fight, by the way? I don't even know who won that fight.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah, correct. Obi-Wan is the GOAT. He beat Anakin in his prime. He's beaten Darth Vader in his prime. And he's beaten Darth Maul in his prime. So Obi-Wan's just the best. I don't care what anyone says. He's shown it in every single example. He's the best.
Obi-Wan is the GOAT. There it is.
All right, but so what would I rate it from 1 to 10? Oh yeah, I didn't even touch on this. The action is some of the best action I think we've ever seen in Star Wars.
Yep.
The best fights.
So fun.
Like there was this one where they were it was Devin, whatever the lizard guy's name is, the master.
Yeah.
Darth Maul and the two. I think it was only two Inquisitors. It was versus them, and they had like this the whole scene of like this one episode before they see Vader. They did this freeze frame where they all stopped and like are like it just the way they choreographed a fight
Yeah.
and purposely stopped it so you could like see just the insane action. It was just so awesome. And I was watching since I'm rewatching all the movies again. Like, do you think Darth Vader when he's hacking at people because he just overpowers them? Like that's his number one thing he was doing on Darth Maul. He's just hacking it at him, and he like Darth Maul's getting shoved back. Do you think he uses like partial force to get that amount of impact? Because no one is able to baseball swing and push someone so far back with a lightsaber swing like Darth Vader.
You know what? I would have said yes, but in this moment, as you're asking, I think it's more. He just is super powered with his robot mechanics.
No.
Hey, if you got droid level strength on top of your ability to make decisions, I don't know. Is it droid and strengths from mechanics, or is it actually the force? Now, I think the force would make sense.
All I know is it's ridiculous seeing him just yeet people with.
Yes, it is.
Like Darth Maul's doing all these fancy things. Just and you can't do anything about it. He's also grown like 5 inches from being a robot.
In the end, here's my favorite part of this is that this is seeming to be the thing that gets you into Star Wars. So we got him.
Well,
Toby's diving
No,
deep.
I liked Star Wars a lot as a kid, but once all the TV shows came out, it lost me.
Yeah, but hey, now you're realizing the TV shows are worth it too.
Darth Maul's worth it, and I'm glad I don't have to watch freaking Clone Wars to enjoy it.
But you can. It's not a have to.
I don't want to waste my
It's an
time.
opportunity.
But out of 10, I'm gonna go probably like a 9 out of 10. It was awesome.
I agree. It did start a bit slow, but it got super great, and you end up really liking Maul, which is tricky but awesome that they did in the
And
writing.
kind of a forgettable death was the dad's death. I feel like we don't actually know if he's dead yet.
Who?
The dad of the detective.
Oh,
He just runs in with the machine gun. It was uneventful, and it's like you're not shoot them and run away. You had so much time. It was one of those deaths that's just like, oh my gosh, are we serious? And it was forgettable because I just remembered it now. It happened. You're like, oh, that's so sad. But then you're thinking about is Devin's on the dark side now.
that's true. But you know what? The focus is the Force and the Jedi and the Sith.
But he was
and all that, so-
literally like the
Main
main character of the show.
And actually, it's very similar to the Andor characters and the contrast of one of his parents being with the Empire and one being against it. So it plays right along the lines of all the other episodes and series and stuff. So if I rated it, I agree. And it's really great that they can do that with an animated series too. It's really appealing to adults, which is working out well. So I'll go 9. Okay, what's next?
Look at that. Okay. We are bringing back the 100 Jedi versus ... segment. We did this in our very first episode, I believe. I think.
Previous one, whatever it was.
And it's back. And it's back because since I'm rewatching all of the Star Wars movies again because it's May, after watching Attack of the Clones, we literally see 100 Jedi get whooped by like 10,000 droids. Absolutely whooped. They were all about to die until the clones came and saved them.
Okay.
So let's just keep that idea of them in mind as we dive into the next arguments, because every time I brought up Viltrumites in that one video that did pretty good, everyone was outraged. Like, it was like a 50-50, but so many people were outraged the fact they're like, what? Viltrumites would obviously die to a Jedi. Like this one, like, just... I'm just gonna, you know what? This bothers me so much. I'm just gonna bring it up once again.
Okay.
To all the people that have doubted the fact that Viltrumites would absolutely destroy the 100 Jedi. Okay? The number one argument that everyone brings up is like the most powerful Sith users, like Palpatine and Dooku, who can use electricity. And they're like, oh, electricity would really hurt them. It wouldn't kill them. And the only reason it did something in Mark in the show is because Mark wasn't willing to kill that guy. And those are Sith. For the last time, we said Jedi, not Sith. So if you keep bringing up arguments that are talking about freaking Sith, I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, here's the thing. I think the argument should have been
And a
Force
lightsaber
users.
And a lightsaber.
Because sometimes my brain goes to Sith
And a
too.
lightsaber cannot cut through a Viltrumite. It can't. It just can't.
Still disagree.
We've seen a $400 billion laser nuke shot down on Omni-Man and nothing happened to him. He was flying through it. You're telling me
It's
someone
a
could
generalized laser nuke.
You're telling me a lightsaber could be held up in the sky and completely block every part of that? Abso-freaking-lutely not. It would not, could not. Impossible.
The lightsaber would
And
survive.
a lightsaber
just
can
like a
hardly
Viltrumite.
cut through like a 10-ton steel brick. It's like it takes forever for it to melt through that. A Viltrumite could one tap, flick, punch, and break through a 10-ton steel wall. And they can't one tap punch through a freaking Viltrumite, which means that they're stronger than that, which means it would take much more than a slice, which is all a second you would have to kill a Viltrumite with a lightsaber, to cut through them. It would take a lot of waiting and slowly burning through them. It's just not possible. A lightsaber cannot cut through them. The only argument is if they use the Force to cut off the stuff, or like their eyes and stuff, like I said with Darth Vader in last episode. But Jedi don't use the Force. Jedi are the dumbest Force users ever. They're so stupid. You watch, when we were watching them against the droids, they do one push. It's like a power up they have in a video game that has a 50-minute cooldown, and they have to wait to do it again. They're so stupid with the Force, and Jedi aren't smart enough to go from using a lightsaber, realizing that don't work, to let's start using the Force. By then, they're already dead. Jedi are way too dumb, and they're not surviving.
Well, and I do wonder if it's probably just varied levels of ability to use the Force, which would make sense. That some would be, better at it than others. But I don't know.
Like, there's no other argument there. I just proved every
I would
single
like
one.
to argue that lightsabers still cut through. But they wouldn't. Would they be fast enough to even use the saber anyway against a Viltrumite? Because if the lightsaber, an argument for argument's sake, is just a really condensed, sort of concentrated version of a laser. So everything that giant laser does to a planet, like the Death Star, but you condense it into this tiny little laser sword.
It's not as powerful as the Death Star. No chance.
It's localized.
Doesn't the Death Star use like a bunch of kyber crystals?
It's a giant kyber crystal, yeah.
A giant one.
Or
the only thing that could cut through a Viltrumite
sure.
as smooth as what lightsabers usually do is the Infinity Gun that does actually, or like whatever the ray gun the Space Raiders use. But it's basically a handheld Death Star is basically what that gun is. But that means you would need about a bajillion lightsabers to have that same effect on a Viltrumite.
I love your point because I disagree, and I think that's exactly the amount of power that's in a lightsaber. Therefore, the lightsaber could cut just like
if you were to throw a lightsaber, first
gun.
of all, can't, because for some reason in the movies they just turn off every time you drop them, which doesn't make sense. If you were to throw a lightsaber without you know what? No, I'm not going down this path.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not the same. It's the equivalent to Death Star, not a lightsaber.
We can move on. I do have a question though for you. Do you think the Punisher? I'm going to assume.
But we didn't even do the 100 Jedi verse yet.
Oh,
we just brought up the fact that we have to keep in mind that they got destroyed by 10,000.
Thank you, and then you went on a tangent about.
Okay, but back to it. Yep. Back to it. 100 Jedi versus 1 million Ewoks with no weapons.
100 Jedi versus. Where are they? Are they in Endor in the forest?
A complete flat ground. Actually, yeah, a forest. Yes, in their.
The guerrilla warfare counts. Yes.
What does that mean?
That means they can hide and sneak attack and set traps. They just don't have weapons.
They don't have weapons. They can't use anything.
Well, they can't use their own spears and stuff.
No,
and
that's
arrows.
Weapons.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
They just have to pile in on them
no
and kill them. a bunch of tiny little Ewoks running and tackling
How
you.
many?
I think they'd win. A
million
million
versus 100 Jedi? Yeah, they would win.
Yeah.
because
It's like, oh no, and then they're all just I'm biting them. That'd be funny.
it would be a little bit sad because so many of them would die. I don't like it when Ewoks die. Anyways, yes, Ewoks win.
Okay, 100 Jedi versus 50 Darth Mauls.
Mauls take it.
I agree. Because I think honestly, like 10 Mauls could take it. Because
Well, there's an element
80% of them are dead right off the bat.
But
the
like you
Jedis.
said, when they embrace their anger and hatred, there's a level of power
Yeah.
and strength that Jedi just don't access and don't have. They may be a little more well thought out in their decisions, and slow paced, but that doesn't. I don't think that makes up for it in the one-on-one combat, like it does for Obi-Wan, obviously.
Because like Darth Maul can easily handle 2 Jedis, a master, like easily.
The thing is, yeah, but
he almost killed the master so many times.
But he also didn't beat the 2 Inquisitors.
Their Inquisitors are like only ever the highest level. Inquisitors don't have the Force, right?
I think they do. That's the whole point, isn't it? Do Inquisitors have the Force? Let me look it up.
No, they don't. I think that's the one difference they are from a Sith, is they don't have a Force.
That would be weird. But I've assumed forever
they
that
do. They do.
Yeah. Yes, Inquisitors, Force sensitive beings. So
That's weird.
they have it. They're raised without a conscience. They're raised basically, essentially, with the single goal and purpose of being to
killing Jedi.
not any Force users. So Maul too. That's why they were called to the planet in the Maul series, was for Maul, because he was a Force user. So they came to get him, and then they found the other 2 in the meantime. So, but they're raised without, any conscience. They're raised with singular focus. Their job is this. And so it's like a very well grounded, single focused intention. And then they're given special weapons and stuff. So I really wanted to see Maul kill at least 1 Inquisitor. I was frustrated with that because felt like he could do that.
Yeah.
But when you have no reason to hold back because you don't care who you kill, there's a different element of willingness to attack that for some reason Maul holds back a little bit.
Doesn't Ahsoka handle Inquisitors way better than Darth Maul?
Honestly, I feel like it probably was equivalent because I don't remember her killing any either. She stood her ground, held them back just like Maul, which goes back to my first point about them being very similar. Some of this stuff I haven't watched in a long time, though. So, anyway.
Yeah, she killed multiple Inquisitors. Look at that.
In what?
In Clone Wars.
Oh.
Oh, and
I haven't seen that in a long time.
In the
then.
freaking live action show, right?
In her
With
series?
those 2 guys.
Well, then I guess she would be.
So, did she beat Maul?
She stood her ground with Maul.
Yep. Technically, she beat Maul. So she is.
I remember they were. He was trying to recruit her, I think, to partner with her, right?
Yeah. But
Which makes even more sense now when you look at them like that.
So it's like 1 more bar, Darth Maul has to be a level higher. But he also wasn't at his best for 90% of the time.
But remember who trained Ahsoka?
Anakin.
For the entire, she made it through all that training.
Anakin gave her way better. But he was trained by the most powerful Sith Lord of all time.
Yeah, but was that complete? Was his training complete, or did he get beat before it was done? Kind of Ahsoka was.
Yeah, Ahsoka aged properly.
And Anakin put way, way more intention in how he trained her.
Well, we kind of see in the Darth Maul show that he goes through a bunch of like traumatizing trains, like the way he was trained, just getting abused.
Right. Ahsoka kind of was too, but in a way that she knew she was safe. There was stun blasts and stuff. Anyways, okay, you're right. Thinking back, I need to rewatch some of that Ahsoka stuff, but
So
That's maybe why I was so frustrated that Maul didn't kill any of them, because it felt like he could have. Why didn't he? So that part would be my probably one complaint about that.
let's go 100 Jedi versus 1,000 Punishers.
Here's the thing with the Punisher. Mixing these two worlds is hard for me to know because they can stop blaster bolts, but can they stop tiny, small bullet projectiles?
Yeah, it would fry immediately as
Especially
they enter the lightsaber.
as...
It wouldn't reflect, like bounce off, but it would just dissolve instantly.
Wouldn't bounce off, dissolve. And like some of Punisher's machine guns, we're not
Way too
talking
fast.
one blaster bolt at a time or even 10 individual ones. We're talking hundreds and thousands of bullets.
And Jedi are not quick enough.
I agree. I don't think they'd
I don't even think, I think a Jedi would lose to one guy unless you were to flick the gun out with the Force. But again, Jedi are so dumb. Jedi are so dumb. Unless you're one of like the main characters, you're so stupid. They die so easily and they never know what to like. They're so dumb. Yoda is not good at training people.
It would be, yeah, unless somehow with the Force they could stop all of the bullets at once. Kind of like Kylo Ren stopped that one blaster bolt and just kept it there in the sky.
That would take.
But that was
I don't
only
even
one,
think
right?
Yoda could do that. He doesn't have the reaction time for that. I don't even think Darth Vader could do it. It's just too much.
That's more like Magneto or
Yeah.
Professor X.
It's just I think Punishers would kill him.
Okay.
What would you say if they had no weapons though? No guns.
That's a no-brainer. Obviously the Jedi.
You don't think a bunch of Frank Castles going and just running at you? That's 10 per one. I think Punishers kill him.
With a lightsaber, bzz, it's like can each Jedi beat 10 random citizens coming at them if
Did
they
you just call Frank Castle a random citizen
At
coming
that
at
point,
you?
he's scary,
in real life, if you were to
but-
see Frank Castle running at you yelling, you would crap your pants instantly. A Jedi would go, whooshoom, whooshoom, 2 dead, 8 more, dead, gone. They would go 1, 2, gone. If they all ran, no. A Jedi are not smart enough. If we're talking regular Jedi, no.
Listen, Mace beat Jango Fett, chopped his head off. Jango had all the weapons, and he could blast or like fly
You're
away if he
telling me
needed to.
10 of those guys. You know what?
It wouldn't be 10.
It's not even the question.
That's a different question. 10 Jango Fetts or Boba Fett's against one Jedi? I think Jedi would lose.
Correct.
The Jedi
Obi-Wan
are
couldn't even catch
described as
Jango Fett,
pretty
Dad.
vulnerable.
Obi-Wan couldn't even catch Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones. When he was running away in his ship, they had a literal fight, and Obi-Wan lost.
Because he had different reasons. That's, again, the reason
If
that
you don't
Jedi...
allow rage to overtake you, you're losing every
they're
battle.
Sith are okay killing people. Jedi aren't. So they hold back constantly. So
Jedi are always holding back. It's the most ridiculous thing. Yoda holds back for crying out loud. If Yoda were to allow rage take over him, he would be obviously the most powerful Sith of all
in
time.
order to be a Jedi, you have to by nature hold back, which means you have to be less powerful, right?
That's why Ahsoka can't be blue. She has to be white.
She holds back too, but for different reasons, not because of rules. I think that makes a difference. It's because of who she is, not because of the...
Okay,
Anyway.
let's go. That's it for Star Wars.
All right.
Let's move on to Punisher One Last Kill, the title of the video. This came out, what day? Remember when this came out?
It was the day you left, right? Tuesday?
It came out on the 12th. That's 6 days ago. Wow. That is a long time ago. But what would you give it at 1 to 10?
Honestly, I was disappointed. 1 to 10, I would give it a 6.
Wow. Why?
Well, first of all, I knew it was a special presentation. I expected...
Let me give mine first so that we don't get derailed.
Okay, fine. Go.
1 to 10, I'd give it a 7.5. Almost an 8, like just below an 8, so 7.8.
My reason, actually, I didn't know it was... I thought it was going to be a full-length movie. It was not. 50 minutes
You
or
didn't know
something.
that? I just read
Secondly,
the amount before I pressed play.
well, I did at that point, but when I knew it was coming out, I didn't know it was going to be that short. And then again, deep diving into psychology of somebody. It was a slow start, I think, and a frustrating start where you're like, oh my goodness, what's happened to the culture or the town or city or whatever that Frank's from. And I think
Punisher.
it felt like it wasn't actually intended to be in and of itself something that you loved. It was intended to be like the repurposing of Frank Castle. It felt like, hey, we're just going to show you that he has a reason to keep going. So there was no like antagonist, right? It wasn't like, oh, he has to beat this, he has to do this. He's battling himself, and he's finding a purpose to live
In a really awesome way.
I think the results were great. I think in the end it was worth watching, but it was just something to prep you for wanting to see more.
It was like they needed a better ending to his TV show, so they had to add one more episode.
Well, it felt like, nope.
needed a
The
better
ending would have
transition.
been over, and we don't need Frank to keep coming back. We need to give him a reason to keep coming. They reinvented him, and now he's got a reason to look out for others because he's accomplished all the vengeance against those who hurt his family.
Correct. So it was 100% needed. I feel like it should have happened at the end of the show, and they realized that they really needed that, and they messed up. We need to quickly make a special, or this thing won't make sense.
Well, at the time, it was still a Netflix thing. Hadn't been given over to Disney, so it was Disney reinventing them for
they
sure.
needed it.
Like
not if we just ignore the fact that like it was just to make the transition more smoother into Marvel or the MCU. Like the project alone, it was disappointing. It was only 50 minutes long. They probably could have made an absolute masterpiece out of a Punisher movie and made it like an actual Punisher movie.
Yeah.
I think they were short on time, short on money, and just wanted an easy way out. So that's definitely a point down because they could have made it a masterful movie. But my number one critique on this is the villain, the person who set it up, was just so ridiculous. I hated it. I hated this just random old lady, just one out of the gazillion families that this man has killed. She's just like, you took everything from me, and like, I'm gonna send everyone after you. Sure, what came out of it was cool, but like, you're just this random person whose family got killed because they're a bunch of crooks.
Yeah, for the average, I think it actually bleeds into a specific comic book series where this is the new villain for Frank, but we don't know that. The average person doesn't know.
Exactly.
And it was actually the actor, what's his name? Bernthal?
Yeah, John Bernthal.
He wrote it.
He wrote it?
He co-wrote it with somebody else. So he created it. So it wasn't
He must
limited.
have 100% got it from the comics then, if it actually is.
It wasn't limited time and money. What it was an opportunity to recreate and give purpose to this character still existing, I think. And so they did. Now we know that he's back. Now we know that he's not doing vengeance on his family. Now we know that people aren't going to like him and come after him. Now we know that he wants to make it right for those who are getting hurt and abused and taken advantage of, but are just average people. So
Yeah,
it was a good re-envisioning.
she's in the comics, so that makes sense because he's read the comics for the role.
It was repurposing and giving Frank a reason to continue, which means we get more to look forward to.
But like the action, awesome.
Yep.
It was like watching Logan. Super awesome, super satisfying. I was ready to be very sad because when I first was like, oh, it's out, I'm gonna watch this. Press play. First scene when they beat up the old man and take his dog, and I saw the truck rolling in, and I instantaneously skipped. And I'm like, nope. The dog's about to die. I can't do this. The dog's about to die.
Yeah, for all those listening, Toby loves dogs probably more than
Humans. Dogs are the greatest thing ever.
This is just all he cares about.
And the second that happened, I just skip. I cannot watch this. And I shut it off and didn't come back to it for 3 days because it made me so angry.
Yep.
And I thought they weren't going to come back to it. I thought it was just to simply for the purpose to demonstrate how brutal the town is and how everyone is helpless in that city. That's all I thought it was going to be. And it kind of was. But then they recover it, redeemed it with Punisher. Just it was just the most satisfying thing. That's not the only thing he took from me. Punisher is not even a hesitation.
You
He's
took the dog?
You,
Boom.
You took the dog?
Toby's all in.
Bang, bang, bang. And it's just so good. His suit is so good. His beard is so good. It's just the most majestic freaking thing ever.
Yes. I agree. It was worth it. However, in and of itself, as a story, I wouldn't bother watching it again. It's more like
I would.
a
It's just because you
transition
just get to see Punisher and kill a bunch of guys.
I would go back to the OG series instead.
No.
I'm just saying.
But very,
it's fine.
very
it's needed.
fun.
It was worth it. As a one-off, it is what it is.
What would you rate it? Oh, you already rated it out of 10.
Did I? Oh yeah, I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 7.8 or 9.
Oh, you upped it. You said 5 at first, but fine.
So
It's fine. I don't dislike it, but in and of it's just not. There's not enough of a depth of story in what it is because it wasn't intended to be that.
But how do you think it's gonna specifically connect to him being in Brand New Day?
Well, at least we know why he's still fighting.
Yeah, but like that means there is gonna be a villain that he cares enough to go and pursue and take down, and it's not gonna be the girl in the wheelchair.
Who knows? We'll wait. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I think.
And also, are they still in New York in this movie? Because like, did Punisher ditch his city, or is that where they've been this whole time? Like,
That's where they've been.
Really? So it's now Spider-Man in Punisher City. Wait, isn't that also Daredevil City?
Yeah, they're all from the same city.
Okay, if Daredevil is showing up for this movie, I don't care what anyone says. He has to. He's literally in the city with the. This movie's gonna be so bad. This movie's gonna be so bad. It has.
I don't know.
It's probably gonna. I'm gonna say it right here. It's probably gonna have obviously Punisher, Spider-Man, Hulk, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Maybe they throw in Kingpin. Freaking Jean Grey, or a different girl Spider-Man. Scorpion. And some people say like that guy from the video game. Oh, and Venom. I saw a clip saying they confirmed Venom's gonna be in it.
Okay.
Which is why he goes through all the changes. Like that's the most that's ever been done, and we've seen it again and again and again. That's the worst.
But
thing
you know what
do.
though, the amount in the trailers, at least, the amount of storytelling that they're putting into Peter's character and his shift into whatever Spider person man thing he's going to be, and his wrestling with losing his friends because they don't have memories anymore. They've done a good job on the story. It feels like. So I just don't know how they're going to interact with all these other characters.
And it has to be Venom. His eyes go black, just like someone else.
Yeah.
It's just his eyes go black, and I saw an interview saying that frickin' Mark Ruffalo was like there will be the black alien in it or whatever, because he always spoils stuff all the time, And it just makes sense because then that may like boost his abilities in Cycle to adapt more, and he could be more enraged. Like, and it would transition more into a Secret Wars because we don't know if he's gonna be in the next Avengers movie. I don't think he's gonna. Okay. I don't think so because he's been working too hard on Brand New Day, but he's guaranteed gonna be there for Secret Wars because Secret Wars in the freaking comics is the black symbiote suit.
Yep.
Which means that if he gets the symbiote at the end of this movie or throughout this movie or whatever, it's a good transition into Secret Wars. He's got the symbiote.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you have it. Punisher, worth it, but it actually re-envisions for you to understand why he's even in the Spider-Man movie, because if he's accomplished anything, why is he still fighting? Mm-hmm. So it's probably a good transition to keep those two worlds together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go on with blind rankings.
All right.
A little side note. We forgot to mention this at the beginning. We are in a temporary different setup right now.
Correct.
Because we are in renovations to create an absolute epic, amazing setup for the future of the podcast. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to be very awesome.
We're working on it, but it's taking a lot longer than Toby realized it would.
Yes. Okay, so blind rankings.
Okay. You first?
I'll go first for you to write down.
Sure.
My blanket rankings are Punisher weapons.
Okay.
So, how useful would these weapons be in the hands of Punisher as he's fighting? Very little things are not useful to that man when he's fighting.
Okay.
Okay? Number 1. A handgun.
A handgun in the that's kind of his thing. 2.
Okay. I gotta write that down. A toaster.
How useful? 8.
Really?
Yeah. He could use anything as a weapon, but
A bat.
that's got to be a 4.
A shotgun.
3.
What are you waiting for in that one spot?
I'm not sure.
A knife.
Okay, 1.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
What?
A
Listen,
knife over a shotgun and a handgun?
Frank is a
I
killing
mean, I guess there's
machine.
no ammo limit.
Yeah,
And once he gets just yeah, I guess.
if he's one-on-one in a room and he's close contact and close quarters and he can't
Aim.
you can't use a shotgun
Yeah.
if you're that close.
Okay, sure. Hammer.
6.
Sniper.
Sniper rifle?
Yeah.
5.
It's not very useful because anything beyond far range, it's completely useless.
Well, what are we talking? Close quarters combat?
Any combat, just in a fight. Like, if he's
he-
in a fight, it's completely useless.
He uses snipers all the time. He just doesn't.
Yeah. So if he had prep time
It's
and he
not a
wanted
fight
to use
fight,
it.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
So you said
assassination.
5?
Nah. I'll give it 7.
What do you have right now? 9 and 10?
And 5. I don't have 5 yet.
What?
I gave sniper to 7.
Okay. 9, 5, 10?
Yep.
Jeez. Grenade. One and done. Kind of useless. You can't get close.
I'll put it at 5.
Jeez. Assault rifle. Automatic. Fully automatic.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saving number 1 for. You messed me up on purpose. All right, I guess it's 9.
Yikes. And nothing for the last one. Look at that. Saved your 10 spot pretty well, eh?
Okay.
Now read it back. Read it, say it again.
Me? Number 1 is knife. 2, gun. 3, shotgun. 4, bat. 5, grenade. 6, hammer. 7, sniper rifle. 8, toaster. 9, assault rifle. Like an automatic assault rifle, you mean? And 10 is nothing. I would have definitely put assault rifle higher. Probably assault rifle would have been 1. I could probably just trade. Well, no, yeah. So I'm not super happy with the list, but you know what? He can use anything.
Okay.
So
My turn.
okay, line ranking. I want to know. I have a list of heroes, villains, whatever people. In what order would you like to see them fight the Punisher?
Okay, fun.
Right
Yep.
now, I'm going to start with Groot.
Well, he'd get whooped.
Would he?
If Punisher had the first shot, yeah, he'd get whooped.
But you can't stop him. He's just wood. Goes through him and he
He'd
keeps
cut off his
coming and
arms.
grows a new arm.
Maybe he wouldn't get whooped.
And then he gets
okay.
all his
We're
roots
not.
come
No, we're
up.
not. That's not the discussion.
Just get
It's
him.
just
Yes.
Shut up. That's not the discussion. The discussion is Do we want to see that fight happen? Do I want to see that fight happen? No. 9.
Interesting. Then we're going to go number 2 with, I want to see Captain America.
One.
1.
Who wouldn't want to see the Punisher and Captain America fight in live action, especially with it being Chris Evans? That would be epic.
Okay.
That would be so epic.
Black Widow.
4. That's a little low, but
Okay. Taskmaster.
which one? Like comic accurate Taskmaster, or the freaking trash-aw Taskmaster
We'll
from
go
Black
comic
Widow?
accurate.
2.
Really? Okay.
If it was the movie one, I'd put it at 10.
Rocket.
8.
What? Rocket is the creature alien version of the Punisher.
Yeah, no. Just no.
Thing.
What? What type of what would that even look like? Like
So it's like he's covered in bulletproof armor.
7.
Okay. Wolverine.
Oh, Punisher would get killed instantly. It would be a cool 5 seconds, but do I want to see it happen? Let's just play neutral and go 5.
I don't know. If he's got an assault rifle, there's nothing left. Wolverine's got to grow back his guts
You really
before he
think
can
that would
even make
stop?
it to Punisher.
No.
Ready? Batman.
I guess 3. Like, Batman would obviously win, but really cool, actually. So, yeah, 3.
Joker.
Oh, that's really sick. Because Batman doesn't kill. Oh, Batman doesn't kill. Yeah, but he still capture Punisher. Oh, that would be so sick. Because Punisher would just hack at Joker. Especially if he did something bad. That would be so sick. That would be number 1. But 6 it is.
All right. Last. Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, 10. He'd just die.
Who would?
Punisher, Dad. He's a
Oh.
human being.
Okay. How do you like your list?
Okay, so 1, Captain America. 2, Taskmaster. I'll restate them. Punisher vs. Captain America. Number 2, Punisher vs. Taskmaster. Number 3, Punisher vs. Batman. Number 4, Punisher vs. Black Widow. Number 5, Punisher vs. Wolverine. Number 6, Punisher vs. Joker. Number 7, Punisher vs. Thing. Number 8, Punisher vs. Rocket. Number 9, Punisher vs. Groot. Number 10, Punisher vs. Hulk. I would I would have to put Joker at 1 because the most satisfying thing ever on screen, debatably, is seeing Joker get beat the crap up with him dying in the end of it.
You want to see Joker die,
Yes.
and you need Punisher
I need
to do that. 'cause
Punisher to be
Batman
the
won't.
one to do it, and I
Alright.
want Joker to kill Punisher's family, so Punisher just that would be the most epic thing ever.
Okay, sure.
I would probably keep Captain America at 2. Taskmaster, that's a good spot. Batman, good spot. Black Widow, good.
Wait a minute. You had Taskmaster at 2.
Yeah, it's like if you were to shuffle everything down.
Oh.
Um,
So where did you put Captain America? Anyways,
1,
doesn't matter.
so he'd be at 2. But honestly, the rest of this is kind of neutral. I feel all right with.
All right. You said Joker was 1, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go.
So let's do
Line ranking.
last segment.
Yep.
I'll go first. Would they survive themed? That's the segment, last segment of today's episode.
Mhm.
Would they survive in the Punisher world, like his city, his block,
Okay.
for 24 hours?
All right.
Because like before Punisher decides to be Punisher again, so he's just letting everyone die.
Sure.
Um,
Where dogs get run over?
Would you survive in the Punisher world for 24 hours?
Yes.
How?
If a homeless dude with a dog can survive for 24 hours just by keeping his head down and staying out of the way, I can too.
I guess that's kind of true. But, like, you never know if a bad
Could I hold myself back? Would I try and intervene for the homeless
It's the
guy?
24
Probably,
hours.
and then I would die.
It's the 24 hours of what we saw in The Punisher. So that's when everyone's going everywhere, killing everyone because they're looking for Punisher. Would you survive in that time?
Well,
The old man did hide.
Unless I'm gonna try and help the Punisher, I will hide in my apartment.
You're telling me you wouldn't see a little kid and try to help him and then go die?
Yeah, that's the risk. If I see somebody else who's about to be a victim, I would intervene. Would I survive? Probably not.
If the goal for you to specifically survive the 24 hours, you could. But if it was a regular day and that started happening, you would die?
If it was a regular day and that started happening, I would try and help the first person I could see and take them somewhere to hide, keep them safe. But would I make it to the safe place? I don't know.
You got to give an answer, yes or no.
I think yes.
Okay.
Because I'm not looking
It's kind of
to fight
debatable.
a bunch of guys with guns. That's not my goal. I just want to survive.
Let's go. Would they survive in the Punisher world for 24 hours? Mandalorian.
Yes. No, he wouldn't keep a low profile,
No.
but he's got a jetpack and he's got his whistling trace gun things, so he can shoot 10 people at once.
Yeah. He
I think it's 10.
He would do fine.
And he's essentially got bulletproof armor on him. So
Yeah, exactly. I think he'd do great. I don't think anyone would mess with him. Or they try and he'd just kill them all. Final one. What the heck? Why is this not muted? This one's kind of a joke. I thought it'd be funny.
okay,
Would they survive in the Punisher world for 24 hours? Bruce's family, the Bruce Wayne family.
no, because
Are you
I
sure?
feel like the Punisher's world is actually pretty much the same as Gotham
Yeah.
and how Gotham is presented. Like people are just chaos, anarchy,
Worse.
doing
than
whatever they
Gotham.
want. And so,
Gotham's bigger. That's
and especially because Bruce Wayne's family present as wealthy, so they would be an instant target and not survive.
Yeah, also they got insta-shotted by this one robber. That's the whole story. I thought that'd be funny because they're just the dumbest family ever when it comes to those circumstances.
Yep, trying to live life, not worrying about the danger in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Would they survive? I want to know if these people would survive on the planet of Tatooine, which, just for your reference, is Jabba the Hutt's world, where the Mandalorian was. If you watched any of that, this desert.
I thought that was where his
Gang
mom
run.
was. Anakin's
It
mom.
was that too.
Oh, yeah, I know it. Go.
Desert run, sand people there, right? There's no real, Jedi presence or law presence.
Yeah, I get it.
Now, I would like to know if you think the Punisher would survive in
100%.
Tatooine.
100%. You see regular people every day. It's not that dangerous of a place.
It's not a good place.
He would 100% survive.
So do you think he would just become a bounty hunter like Boba
Yeah,
Fett?
sure.
Join the crew.
Sure, he would thrive. He would thrive anywhere, basically.
Okay.
He'd thrive in Gotham.
Wolverine.
100%. What? He would kill Jedi.
There's no Jedi there. That's the point.
I know. He could kill anybody. He would survive. He would do whatever he wants.
think-
He would be a bounty hunter.
Do you think Wolverine could beat Mando? Din Djarin?
Yeah. How's Mandalorian gonna kill Wolverine?
Wolverine, his claws don't go through Beskar
How the frick do you know that?
because Beskar is the hardest metal on the planet.
On Star Wars Earth, it's probably the same strength as vibranium.
Adamantium is what
No, vibranium.
Wolverine has
Do you think?
adamantium.
You're ruining my point. Do you think
Yeah,
the Mandalorian metal is as strong as vibranium?
sure.
Stronger or the same?
Well, it's the strongest metal in their universe, so vibranium is strongest metal, probably same.
Adamantium's the strongest metal.
Well then it's got to be stronger
It would,
because it can stop laser swords.
that's not the question though. Wolverine would easily survive. Next one.
I I don't know. I don't think he would thrive. He wouldn't fit in. He
How,
doesn't know
Dad,
how to travel.
make
He
it
don't-
make
can't be.
sense. Make it make sense. How does Punisher, without a doubt in your mind, survive in Tatooine and Wolverine doesn't? How
Punisher-
you can't kill Wolverine? This isn't even a
Punisher-
question. This isn't even a question. You can't kill Wolverine.
Okay, but Punisher actually adjusts to the world around him.
So does Wolverine.
Wolverine is just a brute force, which I love about his character.
He would
But
easily.
I don't think he could handle adjusting to different planets. He could barely handle the hanging out with the X-Men.
That's 'cause he was Dad, are you forgetting that in X-Men #1 he adapted because he lost his mind or he lost his memory and he just went to live low and be a boxer? Like he'd be entertainment. He didn't even use it. Like he would easily
Could
live.
he adjust to multiple planets and spaceships? I don't
Yes.
think he could. I
Yes,
think he would
Dad.
just find a cave on Tatooine. So sure
Sure,
he'd survive.
he would easily. No one could kill him.
Just like, isn't that where, Luke or Obi-Wan was in the cave there. Last one. How do you think Yondu?
I think he survived.
I think he'd survive. Would he thrive? Do you think he'd work for him?
He would be a bounty hunter. He's like the exact type of person that would be in Star Wars.
I think he's a smuggler. So he'd be like
sure, he'd
Han
be a
Solo in it.
smuggler. Yeah,
Or pirate, sorry.
he's the exact type of person that would thrive in Star Wars.
I agree. Wouldn't it be cool to see Yondu in Star Wars?
Yeah, but
Maybe not, but it's aliens, so it would
you
work.
should never bring any
See,
other
that's
type of
why
superpowers
the
into Star
spaceship
Wars.
pirate is the same thing, and they're aliens. So
Yeah, you should never bring any other superpowers into Star Wars though.
I agree.
Just keep it the Force.
We definitely don't want to mingle those universes.
If they were to start bringing in like other powers, that would be so bad.
Yeah, it would wreck it.
That would destroy
Some
Star
universes need to be insulated, and that is the one that needs to be insulated.
Wars. Is that
All
your
right.
last one?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, well that wraps up episode #7. One last kill.
/ Darth Maul.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for our next post because we will be constantly updating with the rapid incoming content from, what is it? Spider-Man Noir.
Ooh, that's coming soon.
Yep, Spider-Man Noir.
We still need to get to the rest of
Mandalorian and
Daredevil, which
Grogu,
you're taking your time on.
which are
Ooh,
two big ones
coming out this
coming
week.
out. So stay tuned for our thoughts on that. Make sure to, if you side with one of us, pick a team. Dad or son, which one do you agree with the most?
Yeah, we should pick emojis or something
Yeah.
you can choose.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.